Tumbleweeds was a really great sort of opportunity for me. I was sort of starting off on my own. I'd been working with Jeffrey Wolf. Jeff and I worked for about 5 years together. And Tumbleweeds was a low-budget movie that a friend of mine, Gavin O'Connor, was making. It was the second picture that I cut after my tenure with Jeff. The script was really good, and we were really lucky. We had Janet McTeer, who was the actress who committed to the project. It was kind of a Cinderella story. It was like, Gavin and his brother, they basically broke open their piggy bank and made this movie for I guess it was about $800,000. It went to Sundance. It had no distribution. It got picked up. They sold it for $5 million to New Line. She won a Golden Globe, and she got nominated for an Oscar. So it was a great movie. I mean, it didn't make a lot of money, but it was kind of a big deal in the indie world. This scene is with Michael Pollard, who is her boss. You saw him in Bonnie and Clyde. He's pretty well known. He wasn't having a great day when we shot this scene. He was forgetting lines and whatnot. It was kind of a disaster. Janet's really strong. It's really her scene. And I can play most of it on her, but it was really held together with spit and glue. It was really shaky. When she got nominated, months later, they actually played this clip at the Academy Awards, and I was just floored. This scene was actually playing in front of millions of people.
I think if you want to quit, you should just go ahead and do it.
Honey, I still have bills to pay.
You know, Miss Walker, I got better things to do all day than wait for you.
I beg your pardon?
It's really important to get on the same frequency with the director. You really have to understand them, and you really have to be a good listener and really try to understand what their vision is. And you listen to the movie. You listen to what the film is sort of saying. It was pretty easy. Gavin and I had pretty similar sensibilities, and he also was an actor in the movie too. So there was a time we shot with Janet and Kimberly, and then we started to do his scenes. And there was a momentary thing where he was understandably nervous being in front of the camera. Actually, the first scene that he shot with himself, I cut it, and then he would sit down. He started to give me notes, and every note that he gave me was trying to cut himself out of the scene. We had a rule: when you're in the scene, you got to trust me a little more than you normally do. So it worked out. It worked out really well.
A little scallops, shrimp, piece of fillet, a nice big piece
Clams?
of... Yeah.
I hate
that's
clams.
a good thing.
They taste like shit.
Joe, enough with the shit, all right? Every other word of this kid's mouth is shit. I'm really starting to get tired of it, all right?
So that was Gavin. He actually really is a nice guy, but he's rather intimidating. We shot this much later in the shoot, so he was very comfortable, by now. I mean, we attacked it. We put it together and said, oh, this is working really, really well. But then you go, when you attack it, you see whether you can improve. I think we attacked it 3 or 4 times, and at the end, we said, no, this is the way it was supposed to be. To know when you have what you have is right is a very important mechanism. You kind of know when something's sort of done and to move on. Some movies are shot and you could cut a scene a different way every day, but there really is a best way to cut a scene. A lot of it, what we do as editors, is using our instincts. They tell us when to move and when to stop. And I'd say my instinct, my gut instinct is probably my biggest tool. That's the biggest thing I use when I'm cutting.